Hello there. How are you guys doing? I Bwipo can't get my shit together. Any advice? Oh man, that's a fucking tough one, honestly. Yeah, that is a real tough one, I'm not gonna lie. I would say, yeah, I don't know if I have my shit together, honestly. Honestly, my best advice for getting your shit together is find someone that you can rely on and trust and ask them to help you. Obviously, depending on what you need, depends on like who you're asking, you know, but like if you can find someone qualified to assist you, don't be afraid to ask for help. I think everyone at some point needs help, and there's no shame in admitting that. So yeah, that's what my advice. I think that's like the #1 thing I've learned in my adult life is relying on people that know what they're doing and learning from their experience. Very good way to get your shit together. Wow, that's good advice. I appreciate it. Looking fresh? Honestly, I don't feel too fresh, but thank you. I appreciate it. He's a good boy. And he clicks my mouse for no reason. But he's a good boy. Look at him. Oh, good boy. What a good boy. Oh, such a good boy. Oh, such a good boy. Oh, yes, good boy. My goodness. He loves the scritches. Have you given up on Volibear top? No, I love Volibear. It's just, basically, a lot of people ask me about this. I think his matchup in the Jax isn't very good, and when I was picking him a lot, this was when people were still playing Renekton a lot. But nowadays, people aren't really, like, when I'm, like, basically, this was, like, during Worlds, right, when I was boot camping, and people were still picking Renekton blind. Nowadays, people are just picking Aatrox instead, so basically, the Renekton matchup is, like, a really big reason why I prepare Volibear and why I'm spamming him whenever it's possible, because I think that matchup is, like, particularly good for him. But whenever I'm playing solo queue, and I notice that he's falling out of favor, or like the Renekton's falling out of favor, then Volibear as a result also for me falls out of favor because he's the champion I use to counter Renekton. So when in general, like I like to prepare my solo queue picks for competitive play in general, and like those type of patterns are like what I look at when I'm preparing my solo queue picks. And like I mentioned, just right now, Renekton's fallen out of favor, and as a result, Volibear for me falls out of favor because there isn't really any point in playing Volibear into Jax, into Rumble, or Aatrox, because simply either the matchup is bad or there are better counters that are available, and I don't think Volibear is a blind pickable champion in general because of the ranged matchups he suffers from. Like, for example, you don't want to play against Gnar, you don't want to play against Kennen, that type of deal. Who are you petting beneath your desk? And I was showing you, him, over there. That is who I was petting. He's decided to need some biscuits. What's your opinion on Cho'Gath? Good blind? Like I said, I mean, I've said this before in my streams, but I think Cho'Gath is like, he's just not robust enough. Basically, I think the champion has great payoff, and I think he lanes pretty well 1v1, but whenever junglers attack you and take your summoner spells, it feels really hard to recover. Like, as a champion, he feels really vulnerable, and like, you can either get put in really bad positions in lane, or you can end up getting ganked again and just dying outright, and I think it's very hard to deal with as Cho'Gath, so that's why I think he's not great personally. That said, if there are matchups that are good for him, he's usually like a really strong champion. Just right now, I think he just isn't robust enough to reliably do good stuff and have a good time, you know? I think he just suffers a little bit too much from the jungle interactions in top lane. Like, even in lanes you win 1v1, it's really easy to get ganked and die by the current jungle meta, like Lee Sin, Graves, Jarvan. Why couldn't I make it to Hilly's wedding? I simply, basically, the leasing process in America is very different from in Europe, and because I have no credit score, because I'm not used to, I mean, I don't have one because I just didn't know you needed that to rent. It's been very stressful to rent, and in general, I wanted to be present here in America to make sure that the process would go smoothly. So even though I would have loved to be there, and I'm sad I didn't make it, finding an apartment and like just being here, especially just before the holidays, it's really important because basically, from my perspective, is if I'm going to fly to Europe, I'd want to also visit my family. And the point is that would take like a week or 2 weeks, and that's just not time I can afford to be away from home right now because I don't have a permanent home. I'm gonna play a Lucian game here, just to get in the groove. But yeah, it sucks that I had to put my well-being first, but I think it was necessary this time around. I want to try getting into solo lanes, but every time it feels like I can match into someone who's been maining the role for years and get stomped hard. It's tough to learn. It's definitely not easy to learn, but the best thing I can recommend you do is try to explain to yourself why things are going wrong, like specifically. Like, give it a reason instead of like look at the gameplay and be like, okay, why does he hit me there and why does he win that trade? Like, just look at your own tape, basically. Watching the replay is going to help you understand what's going on much better. Lucian feels so useless right now, you're going to suffer. He's only gotten a buff since I last played him, and I had a 70% win rate in Korean Challenger playing this champion, so if you think he's useless, I think it's more of a you issue than a Lucian issue. I don't know how to say that nicely. think Lucian's in a very good spot right now, actually. I think he's one of the better champions. In bot lane. Like, very underrated champion. 40 carries on a Shaco against a Talon. What could go wrong? Well, yeah, I'm not saying I'm going to have the best game. I'm not guaranteeing I'll have the best game due to the fact that I have a very odd comp. But I think in terms of champion strength, my champion is very, very strong. I actually think my champion is one of the better AD carries in bot lane right now. Has anyone ever told you look like Ornn? No, no one's ever told me I look like Ornn, actually. I don't know, I think Inspired and Selfmade are just very different players. It's hard to say who's better without having played with each other. And yeah, I'm excited to work with him because I think that, I mean, he's very good. And I think that a very structured setting in jungle is, generally speaking, something that I do really well with, and I've always done really well with that over the term of my career. Pretty sure John has skilled W, so I'm just gonna skill W, and if they walk up here, we're just gonna destroy them level 1. Like, we're so much stronger, it's not even close. I will not give them experience here, but as you can see, like, it's not even playable for them. We didn't even use exhaust, and they had to burn flash. Human skill Q next. Again, the trick is to skill W in these all-ins. It's a really powerful spell. It gives a shitload of damage to Lucian, like hidden damage, because it comes from your vigilance passive. And you get 2 stacks every time you're... Again, like, the vigilance passive is a huge deal. So you see how many stacks I get? The champion gets a shitload of damage from this. And it just makes it really, really strong in all-ins, and a lot of people don't actually play around it because they're not used to doing that, or like seeing that. For some reason, I don't know why they're not used to seeing it, so it just makes it really easy to all-in people and kill them. Even 2v3. Janna running Halo Blades? Yeah, she is, but it doesn't work in this lane. I think this is not a lane she can play Halo Blades, because she's just gonna get annihilated if she tries to touch us. Like, you saw, right? Like, she walks up and W's either of us, I tag her with W, and she just dies. I mean, I suppose she can still roam with it, which is what she's doing right now, is just, fuck it, can't lane, I'll drum top. The Janna classic. But yeah, the game's pretty unplayable for her in terms of 2v2. Not to say that, like, playing Aerie would make her lane, like, particularly more laneable, but I definitely think it's more intelligent to play Aerie this game. It makes more sense. You're never going to get value from Hellblades unless you're roaming, and I mean, your AD literally can't play the game unless you play it, so... I mean, he can play the game, I guess. It's a small difference between the 2 rune trees, but I'm basically just going to zone this guy off experience because I have nothing better to do with my life. Fishing for a hard trade there. I just need to E backwards because now if he sticks out his neck, Shaco will kill him. So that's what I'm waiting for, basically. We have 2 potions on Ashe, so we're chilling. We don't have to do anything crazy here. I don't want to trade 1 for 1, so I'm going to back up here. That's all Ashe and Shaco. I can re-enter with the dash. But yeah, it's I don't know, I feel like this champ is really, really strong. I think most people don't really understand what to do on him, and as a result think he's weak, but I think he's actually pretty strong. I wanted to get that plate without sharing it, but I'll share it, I don't mind. Just need to crash that next wave here. They're coming though, so this is good enough. I don't care about them, the range creeps, they're already back here, so I'm just gonna go all the way back because Janna's obviously gonna try and tornado me and cancel me. Actually, he doesn't have tornado yet, so that's nice. Very nice. Also, they gave him E-buffs just now. Actually, that's coming next, maybe? I think I'm giving him E-buffs next patch, so that's going to be nice as well. Because again, I like going this this build. I'm actually going to do something I normally don't do, which is rush tier 2 shoes. Actually, I'm not going to do it. I don't like it, like, at all in this champion, rushing tier 2 shoes. Really nice sidestep there. It's going to buy me a lot of time. The reason why what he's doing here is really good, the Ashe. I mean, it's not really good. It's just, like, it's pretty good for me. He's actually dead. Oh, and he got the kill credit. Huge. The reason why it's good what he's doing is because the wave is in like a pretty good state for me, so as long as Israel isn't pushing it, I get to come back and enjoy all this farm, which is fantastic for me, of course. Literally Troy, thank you very much for the sub, I appreciate that. But I go Essence Reaver in the quick blades. With the amount of ability haste you get early game, you can pretty much cycle your entire spell rotation on repeat, starting like level 10. Well, the hard part is getting the money for the build, because it costs a lot of money to build. But once you have the build together, it's like insanely reliable to just spell combo very consistently. Notice also when I'm dashing in, I'm always doing EW to prime the guy's health to all in him. This also means that when I auto attack him with W, I get the 60 movement speed from the spell, which is a huge deal. Again, I'm just trying to zone him from experience and make him as miserable as possible whilst dodging as many Qs as possible. I can't keep walking into Qs permanently, but I'm already having a very comfortable lead here, so I'm thinking about stopping playing so aggressively and zoning him off experience as much, and instead starting to focus on getting my Essence Reaver, because that's what I'm going to get back into the game here. I'm of course going to support my support when she walks up and look for trades with her, but for the most part I'll be letting her trade, because if I dash in, then I'm committing into a potential Talon gank at this point, and I don't want to do that. Getting ganked by Talon at this point is very scary. When I hit 6 though, I'm going to be down for a 2v3 action, just until then. I'm going to take it nice and easy. My bad. Wasted my ult. Since we were marking Talon in the jungle here, it makes it easy for me to hit this tower and actually pressure harder. Fishing for a Q through the wave here on Janna. Didn't hit it. Was thinking about flashing with my double shot there on him. I would have finished him off. Well played. Again, really good job by Shaco marking the Talon. Allows us to play as aggressively as we are and just makes it really unplayable for the enemy team. I'm going to go Ninja Top out this game because I'm playing against Talon. I'm a big believer in going defensive shoes on Lucian. I think it's the best way to build him. I think offensive shoes are just completely unnecessary on him. Very nice here. Very, very nice. IC12, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate that. We're struggling mid a lot, but that's okay. Maybe I can carry this game anyway. The only downside of the Quick Blades build is that when you get outranged by champions like Ezreal, Orianna later in the game, it can be quite difficult to hard carry the game because you do require to dash in and actually like proc your own hit passive. Like proc your passives basically constantly. And that's kind of hard to do. Again, I bought my shoes right now because I have 800 gold in the bank, and I can go double longsword, or I can grab these with no summoner spells, and it makes it much easier for me to survive a Talon gank, and in general 2v2, it's very hard for them to chunk me low enough that I'll be under threat of Talon ganking me, due to the fact that I have armor shoes, so... In case you're wondering why exactly I bought them right now, it's just I have no summoner spells to defend myself, and I'm strong enough in the sense of, like, look at the item difference, right? I don't need anything in particular to win. If I target with W, I could go, but since I didn't, I think I just have to be happy with this. Need to wait for them to make a mistake there. Unfortunately, he did. Remember when I said that armor shoes make it hard to kill me? Indeed, they do. I'm just gonna recall here. They're already back alive. He's level 6, so his recall time, like his spawn time is like negative. And I'm sharing the plate with Ash anyway if I were to take it. So I'm not going to get my BF sword recall anyway. So I'm going to get my call fields regardless. And in that case, doesn't change my recall unless I take the whole wave. I take the whole wave. I sacrifice tempo. I don't want to sacrifice tempo right now. I'm very happy with the current state of affairs. Call fields is plenty of power. I don't need to go crazy and power spike here. Janna's just going to perma roam at this point because she literally can't lane bot. So we'll just continue to pressure bot lane by running there. It's the best thing I can do, basically. Roaming is bad because you open your lane. So whenever you're struggling, it's like, oh, this guy's roaming in my lane and I don't know what to do to stop him. Remember that you should just try to punish someone for roaming by harassing their tower, especially supports. Like, just harass the tower as much as possible, make them bleed CS, and basically the goal should be to make them lose more than what your teammates are losing. Obviously, if your teammates run it down and die, then there's not much you can do about that. I'm just gonna Q there just to make sure I get the Essence Reaver proc on my double shot. Again, I'm a huge believer of this item being extremely overpowered on Lucian. Essence Reaver, I think, like, I mean, it's not extremely overpowered, but like the early game spike's insane. And it even scales really well because you build it into quick blades and you get so much ability haste like quite early in the game that you just end up having no spell cooldowns like really early, especially if you have things to hit, because that's like the only time that it doesn't work is if you can't hit anything because of champion interactions, like there's, you know, you get outranged or whatever. That's all the Varus top lane. People just play it because they're bored and want to play something for fun top. This is the issue in this game, is it's going to be hard to progress as Lucian into Poppy and Orianna. So even though I have a nice lead, it's actually not that easy to progress, but I still don't want to get stuck laning against Ezreal bot anymore, because as much as like I'm not strong enough to like brute force Poppy's entire tower here, as you can see, I still do the most damage out of anyone on my team to her tower and to her. So because we're a full AD carry team, you might as well put the most fed AD carry into the Poppy and make her suffer as much as you can, is what I'm saying. Which is why I told Akshan to get out. Because I don't want to be the one laning against Orianna, basically. As long as I don't lane against Ori, I'm happy. Just laning against Ori is like illegally bad for me. I think we just focused on wave clearing. We probably could have defended, but we were trying to actively play the game there. We're losing 4v5 kind of on the map, but that's to be expected with a composition like ours, so it's not that unexpected. Like, we're 4 AD carries in a Shaco, so it's like, yeah, basically people need to win their lanes individually for us to have a strong game. And since we smashed bot, that's great. But they just spam gank tops, and mid lane was just losing by himself, so kind of tough. Oh well, no. Should Ashe give you solo gold here? It'd be nice, but I don't mind. She scales with items too, so ultimately, like, she's fed enough that she's gonna reach 2 and 3 items this game. And at 2 and 3 items, she'll be spiking and being strong as well. And it's nice to have another champion I can rely on. I don't think this is a game where I'm the only person on my team. I definitely need more help, because if Orianna can just hold her spells for me and Talon can just pressure me and always go on me, I think it's like near impossible to carry this game. I blew up there because I was going to dash into her if she tried to walk up to the wave. He overplayed his hand there, that sucks. No one's coming to you, you shouldn't be worried. I just want to force her to TP, which I can do when I hit the tower, and then obviously also I can keep smacking her tower down. So once the tower gets low enough, I can actively look to actively look to get the tower later when I get one more pick. Like, if we can pick her up one more time with another Ashe arrow, her tower basically drops instantly. Again, Ezreal's not connected to the game, in case you're wondering. He's literally just freezing bot permanently. Managed to get a shutdown there, which is really nice. I can either force with Ashe on this wave, or I can just back off and chill and just buy my mythic here, which I think is worthwhile. Don't think this is really a moment where I'm gonna crack this guy open, so I'm just gonna back up. He'll have to int into me basically for me to crack his tower here, so I'll just recall. I'm gonna buy shield bow this game because I just need the extra. I mean, basically, Zeal is like rapid fire is the best for carrying the game alone, but I think I need shield bow to avoid all the damage. I think I'm gonna go challenge myself here. I'm gonna challenge myself to carry this game by going rapid fire cannon. I think it makes more sense. I don't really have the tools in this composition to hard carry this game, is what it looks like, but maybe I can make it work. I'm gonna hover top lane here because everything bottom side is too dark. I can't walk into anything here. It's like really scary. Oh, he's got that tech. What a beast. He hit him with a recall smite. Nice try. It was really close. I can kill him by just culling her as well once the arrow hits. Now that I have quick blades and level 11, my ult does enough damage that I don't need to dash on her anymore. I can just shoot her with culling and full one-shot her. So that's a really big difference as well. A really big difference in damage once you start getting levels and items, especially quick blades as well. Actually, it's non-ultimate ability. I'm trolling. Joke. It doesn't apply on your ultimate. Also, with Essence Reaver, you can spam your abilities very consistently. It feels very nice to play, basically. It's just really nice. I'm fishing for something there. Didn't get much, but worth a try. We'll just do the Herald together since I don't see what else I can do here. Not too bad, honestly. The map is quite playable. Ezreal's like way too weak, so whoever's laning bot against him is actually pushing him in way deeper than I suspected, and we've stopped anything topside as well, so makes the game a lot more playable. Making her dodge makes it easy for Varus to finish him off there. But again, I'm just waiting for people to make mistakes and kind of run it down, and I don't really have anything else. I don't want to go for mid there. I don't like going for mid here. I want to go to bot side and dragon. We should cancel their bases, make the game unplayable for them. Like, I want to take all this vision because that's going to help me actually team fight at this dragon, because that's what we're playing for next. As I vacuum all the camps here. 13 seconds. I could have opted into basing as well, but I think this is fine. I'm going to dash here. Costs 0 mana and it refreshes 60 because you get the thingy proc. I was just based on dragon. That's kind of awkward. Oh, we're fine. They're all bottom side. They're showing on vision. I'm just going to burn this down with the rest of my teammates. Getting the third Drake here is actually really nice. Very nice spot to be in, indeed. Stop bursting when the dragon gets low so he can get the smite. I'm going to catch mid wave here. Catch next wave. You see the next one's coming. Oh, missed cannon. I'm going to just chill on this wave. This is their last wave. They can make a play on me, so I need to chill for a second here. We see Orianna bot lane, so when I see Orianna bot, I'm generally considering Baron to be off the map. As in, like, they shouldn't be able to do it. Maybe Orianna can now base TP and they can do it, so, I mean, maybe Baron's just gone. The more time we can buy, the better, because I really want to recall here. They're probably going to start Baron here, though. Never mind. This is perfect, honestly. The fact that they're chasing the useless Akshan around instead of doing Baron is, like, a huge win, in my opinion. Because, like, my Akshan and Varus dying a few more times in side lane doesn't matter, but me getting this recall off and getting that power that I was talking about is, like, a huge deal. Like, this is a huge spike. And Orianna being dead means they can't do Baron, because I'll kill them all if they start it. Fuck, I'm bad. I like after I died. I should have always dodged that. I didn't know if Poppy had W. I was trying to like... honestly, I didn't play around it well, but I could have played around it better. The culling was good, but everything after that was just bad. I took way too much free damage. I didn't see her W because she E'd me into the bush, and then I stepped forward. But then I realized this motherfucker plays exhaust, so I couldn't fight back. Well, that was close. If we got the poison there, or the clone pop, maybe we could have killed him. Not bad, though, honestly. I think Lucian passive stack? It does stack. It stacks up to 4 times. Do you mean it should stack up to, like, more than that? I think it stacks sufficient amount. It doesn't need to stack more than 4. I'm gonna burn culling into it to just do as much damage as I can. He set up so many boxes that, like, even if they come, there's a chance that we just win. I need to dash around here because he's coming around the flank. Oh, we just basically need to make sure we don't get the Baron stolen from us. As long as I stand next to the, whatchamacallit, they can't kill me. Ah, they got out. Well, we got Baron. And we're gonna get Soul as well with Talon dead. 4v5 on Soul, so... should be grounds to win the game on the spot here. Puts me in a really good position to carry the next fight. They have exhaust because I got exhausted in the fight that I used heals, so... I always try to keep track of summoner spell situation like that. Just a nice mental note, you know, it's like my flash is coming up and the next fight, Ezreal flashed on me. I'm playing Cosmic, he's playing Cosmic, so he's not going to have flash for this next fight, so I can confidently assume he doesn't have it. I was trying to start it and burn it because Talon isn't here yet. And he's obviously sprinting here. We're jumping over walls and shit, so if I can just burn it right now... Wait, we didn't have smite. XD. I would have finished it off there. Don't die, please. I'm showing on the mid-wave. Oh god, I should have hovered. My bad. Very big W there. Very, very big. Rest in peace, he one-shots me. He hit all spells, so it makes sense that he one-shots me. I'm not complaining, just... I didn't know where to dash there. Maybe I could have dashed towards the box there, but if I dash towards the box, it's like so scary because I have no vision here, you know? It is what it is. I have a box here, so that's where I, like what I'd be playing with. Damn, he reached me from outside of the box range. Maybe I could have made it to that box, but doubt it. I could potentially end this game here if they manage to buy me a lot of time, but we'll see how well they play it. Don't think I can, though. I think someone's coming to base. I'm not counting Orianna. Yep, that means she based. That also means that I get to rotate into the Baron pit ahead of time before Orianna, so now we're going to get an outnumbered fight. I got pinned, that's bad. Well, not the end of the world. Dead. We have a super minion wave now, and it's just Orianna, so as long as we play reasonably well, we end the game here. I didn't flash the shockwave, that's my bad, I could have done that. Not too shabby. Is there value in HP pod instead of AD? I think there is value, I just think this game, once I got shield bow, like, it never popped, you know, and I don't think I will ever reach a point where I'm going to need the extra HP, because I have so much health. I mean, ultimately, like I said, me telling my teammates, like, hey, I need you to play this way to win. I think that's just like putting the burden on them executing well and assuming that they're going to play better. I think finding a gameplay solution through your own means is generally more productive.